This series on the Garden Gurus, we're opening up the gardener's toolbox, filled with solutions and ideas to solve your garden problems. Now, if you're like me and you've been digging around in the garden and suddenly start finding these grubs crawling around, you're probably going to realise that they can't be doing an awful lot of good. These curl grubs are often the larvae of African black beetle and a lot of the other pests that can be quite problematic in gardens. What they do can cause a lot of problems if they're out of control. Often you'll find them feeding on decaying plant material or the live roots of a broad range of plants. And when this happens, many plants start to go backwards. A common sign, in particular for potted plants, is that they can appear to be wilting even though the soil is still wet. And what has happened is the roots have been completely eaten. When it comes to lawns, there's a few telltale signs, and it's normally as the weather starts to warm up, you start to see patches like this, and there's actually a few popping up. And it's where the beetle has dropped down, laid its eggs, and the larvae start eating their way around in circles. Now, if you're not sure if that's the problem with your lawn, there is a little trick I can share with you, and it's get the hose out, ideally towards the end of the day, and just soak the lawn. Let that water really soak the area. Now, these guys can't swim, so the first thing they're going to do is they're going to come to the surface. So let's have a look and see if I've got any here. In garden beds, aerating the soil and picking out any grubs is one way to minimise them. Another trick is to reduce the use of outdoor lights at night, as this commonly attracts adult beetles. But for heavy infestations, you need to get your hands on a control that's going to stop this problem before it causes too much damage to your lawn or your garden. Now, this is Yates Grub Kill and Protect for Lawns. Comes in a few different options depending on how big the area is you're treating. The most important thing is you make sure you're prepared to be treating in around that mid-December period when grubs are most active. And once you've applied it, you'll have over 6 months protection. To apply, just evenly spread the granules over the affected area and then lightly water it in. Controlling pests in the garden can sometimes be a tricky one, but making sure to keep on top of them as soon as you see them is one sure way to allowing your plants the best chance of success.